bam. So this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Shh! No, shh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Did you go live already?
Yeah, we're not. Should be. Yep, looks like it is. Now, I'm going to come in. What's happening, everybody out there in internet land? I think it's finally been long enough that these Meeden paints have finally dried onto my palette. So let's scrape up just a little of the skin off the top. And we have a special guest in the studio with us tonight. Her name is Sommer Chambliss, and she's going to be creating a poem live as I paint. And then she's going to read it to all of us at the end. So, she's very nervous. Everybody tell her, don't worry, it's fine. We'll all plug our ears and we'll shut our eyes, and it's okay. Nobody will watch. But she's going to read her poem out loud and literally write a poem live based off of what we're painting right here, which I think is a really, really cool idea. And no one else is doing that, Sommer. No one else. So say hello, introduce yourself, give us your Instagram title, your tag, and all that stuff.
Hi guys, my name is Sommer Chambliss. My Instagram is my first and last name.
So how do you spell Sommer though? Because
oh yeah, Sommer is spelled different. It is SOMMERCHAMBLISS.AP. That's my Instagram and my TikTok.
And
so go follow me.
What does the AP stand for?
Art and poetry.
Ah, I thought it was artist and poet, so I was incorrect. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
You were
That's
close
okay.
though.
I was close. So, as you guys can see, we're taking our Meeden paints and our Bob Ross paints. We're mixing everything up around here. And it's going to be a very green sort of painting, green and blue. So what I'm doing is putting down all the green, and maybe this green will like inspire Sommer to write something about the greenery or something. Who knows? It's going to be really cool. I've never seen a poet live create a painting right in front of your eyes. Right? You normally prep that stuff offhand, right? You gotta write it, and you gotta read it, and you gotta see what it's like, and see what you want to change, just like you would do a painting, I would imagine. But she's gonna do it live here for us, guys. So let's all talk about her. Let's all share this post 1,000,000 times. We'll get 1 billion people in here, and then she'll be super nervous. Super nervous.
Very.
No nerves, no nerves. It's all good. I have the best fans on TikTok. Nobody around here is mean, except to me, right? They're all mean to me, not you. It's fine. They treat my guests very well. They just don't like me, and that's fine. I don't like them either. So what you guys can see that we're doing, taking a little of our Prussian blue, dropping it in just wherever, right? It looks very dark, almost like we're putting black back onto the canvas, but it's deep, dark blue color right over all that green color with blue around the top. And so then as we go through it with different bits of white onto our brush, it's going to change like it always does, like you guys always see in my videos. So get ready for some fun in the middle of summer. I just love saying summer. Oh, summer. Oh, Sommer. I'm a big Rick and Morty fan, and his sister's name is Summer. And so it's like, oh, Sommer. I don't know, it just makes me laugh and smile. So I'm glad that Sommer is here, and all we're doing is just, what are we doing, Sommer? We're just making a mess onto the canvas, right?
Right, but it looks good though. I like the energy.
Okay, we got energy so far, guys.
Yeah.
We got energy. We got the energy.
A lot of mysterious energy.
It's it's like the power station. Some like it hot and some not. No? I just aged myself. And I probably aged you. You know that song.
You did.
You know that song.
You so did.
Got the power station going. Gotta get the power. Very cool. So, all we're doing, just prepping the canvas with a little bit of green and blue just about everywhere. So then when we go across it with our white, it's gonna be gorgeous, you guys. So wherever you wanna see your green or your blue or your mix of both, maybe some of that phthalo green in there too, just to change up the flavor a little bit, like Bob used to say. Change up the flavor. And then when we go across it, it'll be a little bit different. I always say differences in color. If I could put it on a sticker without it taking up the entire sticker, I would, but it's sort of my slogan. Differences in color. So no matter where we are or what we're doing, even if there's green on top of green, we have to leave a little difference in there, and that way it'll look really pretty. And if you don't leave any differences, then you're just gonna look really flat. Like super flat, like it's all the same color. Nobody wants that. All right, there we go. Now we're all prepped and ready to go. We can go across the entire thing, just taking out any brush strokes, making sure it's nice and even across the entire bit. So if you're into poetry or painting, this is the perfect show for you tonight, because we have a poet that's going to be live creating a poem about this painting inside the studio right now. So if you want to follow her on Instagram, and that's at sommerchambliss.ap, and that's SOMMERCHAMBLISS.AP. Thank you very much. Wasn't even reading that. I pulled that straight out of memory.
You did. That was good.
Thank you. I'm a professional. I'm a professional in front of the camera, madam. Very much so. Thank you. So if you guys didn't know, Sommer is one of the artists inside the gallery with me down at City of the World Art Gallery. Where's your book? Before I get too much paint on my hands. And she has a published book, you guys, of poems. Am I holding it right?
Other way.
Ha-ha! This is how you read books, from right to left. That's how you do it. So, very, very cool poems. I'm not going to let you guys like take screenshots of the pictures. How dare you? But look at these. That's like more than... How many pages you got in this sucker?
87. It's like
87 pages of poetry. You guys, get over and get this book. It's wicked neat, wicked cool. Where can they go buy this book if you wanted to buy it and support Sommer?
On Amazon.
So you go on, she's on Amazon. Mm-hmm. How do you find it on Amazon?
You can just type in Beautifully Dead.
Beautifully Dead on Amazon. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, guys, she has like 4 followers over here on TikTok, by the way. So let's jump her followership. She's like, hey, I got like 37 likes in like 2 days. I'm like, whoa. Big time in me over here, okay? So let's go over and we'll help her out and really get her some followers, because she's a Paint with Josh friend, and all the Paint with Josh friends stick together. So everybody go follow her, and let's get started with the painting show this evening. Now, we're going to forget that Sommer's here, so she's not going to make me nervous. It's just me and my phone up here talking to myself for an hour, right? Let's start the show. What are we doing? Got to start my timer. Start the old timer, because I always forget to do so. There we go. All right, so you guys tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich while I try not to drop my drink? Don't worry about me just profusely sweating over here either. Okay, here we go. Let's come in with the brush, looking just like that on the one side, not the other side, just the one side, not that side. This side, not that side. We'll come back up here, and let's decide. I want a big old green moon, so I'm going to pick that green spot, and we're just going to push in. We're going to rotate the bristles one time. If you can do it once, then you're a king. If not, like me, then you suck. You got to go back and spin it a couple more times, right? Just try to keep the brush right in the middle, and every so often it'll slip on us. It happens to me too. It's all good. You just try to make a little circle, because nobody wants a wonky looking moon out there, right? Nobody wants that. So, just like so. And then if you don't like it, you can go cover it with some clouds or flick it and get it 4 million hits on TikTok or whatever we used to do. Back how we went viral back then. So, tell me where you're watching from, guys. What's your favorite sandwich? And anytime, I think like periodically we should have you read out what you have written so far. I don't know, or maybe save it all till the end. I don't know. I don't know.
I'd say save it all
to
the end.
Maybe we should have a vote in the comments. Would you guys want her to read out sections as we're going, or save the poem until the end? And then that way, at least the audience might have a say.
Okay. I'm with that.
So we're going to take our brush like this, and we're going to come in, and it just depends where we come in with our clouds, right? Maybe we make like just a weird shaped cloud up here like this. Don't touch the moon. Oof. You get too close and you nick that thing with your brush, you're going to be very upset. Now watch how we dump a little bit of extra color back in here, in this large area. It's about 2 to 3 inches right there, about 1 inch over here, almost touching right there. Right? It doesn't all have to be perfect. We're not mathematicians over here. We're not measuring stuff. This isn't rocket science. This is however you think it looks good is how it looks. And you start to mix it with a little bit of pressure, and you try not to go up and touch your moon. And if you get very close, woof, be careful. Be careful, guys. Just like that. Sometimes these bristles will just flick out and grab something that you don't want them to touch. So leave yourself a little bit of room. And as we work it down with our pressure, right, we get to decide how much of the green starts to come down, how much of a dark area you're leaving in between the 2 bright areas, right? We didn't leave it completely dark, with just bare undercolor. We brightened it up a little bit, get that little bit of depth in there, right? Very cool. Now let's come with a new little section, and just another way to add more depth. How are we going to add more depth to this cloud? Right, well, basically what I'm going to do is take a little bit of this excess color that's still on the brush, haven't added any. You see how it starts to drag down just a littlest bit of difference over there. See Take your little bit of difference. That's where you can come in with your new bit of cloud. And we got this guy popping up and through. Boom, right? We came through the bits, leaving our little separator. It's our first little dark separator that we're going to talk about. Summer, have you ever heard me talk about the dark separator?
Dark separator?
She obviously doesn't watch, you guys. She is not a Paint with Josh fan. I'm kicking her out of the studio. That's it.
I don't know what the dark separator is.
The dark separator. Okay, we're going to talk about it because there's probably a lot of people that don't know what it means. Now, we're using all the same color, right? We put green up here. That's pretty much it. And then we're using white. So if we have our white and our white, if we don't leave a little separation of dark in there, right, then the two clouds are going to look like one giant cloud. See what I mean?
I see.
So you leave your little separation of dark, which looks like more distance, like you could get over the top of those clouds and there's some space back in between there, right? But if you come up and you touch them together, like over here, then all of a sudden it starts to look like one giant cloud, right? Now it looks like this cloud's coming out here like this and whipping its way around the sky.
Yeah.
Wicked cool. All depending on what you do, right? So what if we take a little bit more color down here and we attach it to this guy? I can't even see. There we go. Maybe I can see now. Okay. Perfect. Oh, my back. Bang. Just like that, right? We whipped it around. Now we're looking at the bottom side of this cloud right here. You see that? Very cool. Just by connecting it in a certain way. All up to how we want it to look. Doesn't matter what Summer's looks like. Doesn't matter what Paint with Josh's looks like or Paint with Bram. Or Tanisha Rails back from Happy Trees Studio, which I'm going to be teaching a class in October in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm going to throw up. Sorry, I had like a burp slash hiccup slash I'm going to die moment, right? Does anybody else have one of those? I figured I could just keep talking my way through it. So we're going to be doing classes in Knoxville, Tennessee, guys. Wicked old Knoxville, right around Halloween time, the week before, the 19th through the 23rd. Book your classes. Go to happytreesstudio.com. Starting tomorrow, the tickets get released. Now we're going to come up here. I kind of like the fact that this guy wraps around. He's his own little piece, right? So what if we stay disconnected from this little guy over here? We start coming down. So we stay underneath that bit of color right there. We're leaving our dark separation, that whole bunch of darkness that flows through. And that's how you get your distance and details. See, we come up, we pop up and touch it. Boop, come right back down. Leave that stuff in there. You gotta have it. Let's add a little bit of color in here again, leaving our separation in there, guys. No, remember how I was telling you my hand hurts? I just figured out why. From doing this a lot, showing people the dark separator, guys. The dark separator, and that's my muscle in this side of my arm. It's killing me. So we're gonna take our same brush, haven't added any new color to it. We start to pull it down very lightly, right? Sometimes it doesn't come down hard enough. Guess what? You pull a little bit harder. You push a little bit more. You drag the color a little bit further, right? It's all about our paint, pressure, and what's that last P, Summer?
Practice.
Practice. She's cheating, guys. She can read the back of the shirt. She's reading the back of my shirt. That's cheating. That's cheating. She didn't even know about dark separator. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So, paint, pressure, and practice, right? Summer, if this was your first time doing clouds, and your first time painting, would you expect them to be perfect right off the bat?
Not at all.
Right? You'd have to practice a couple times. Maybe one time, okay, I'll push a little bit harder on this one. Okay, let's push a little bit softer this time, right? It's not going to be perfect on your very first go. I mean, a lot of the Paint with Josh students do produce perfect clouds on their very first go. I'm just telling you from past experience. And it's because of the way that we paint. It's so easy to do, to add all this depth and detail just by not covering everything. That's why I love painting on black canvas, because we don't have to do anything. Just put a little bit of paint up there. Nothing too crazy. So, I know I probably keep interrupting Summer by asking her questions, but are you having fun?
Yes, I am actually. I'm having a lot of fun.
All right. So, are you, what kind of, I must admit, I'm not into poetry. I don't study poetry. Are you writing, do you have your own style? Are you going to write like a haiku? Like, I know at least that's, 575, I think. Is that right?
No, I don't do haikus.
Okay. Yeah, this is the only thing that I know in poetry is the word haiku. So.
No, I just do my own thing.
Okay, wicked. That's just like I do. I never took a single class. All I do is come up here and just...
But see, that's the cool thing about poetry. There's no rules.
True. I feel the same way about painting.
Yeah, that is true. They both go hand in hand. There's no rules. You get to do whatever you want.
I knew I liked her, guys. I knew it. Right? I'm always saying that. Like, people give me crap. The clouds wouldn't be green, bro. I'm like, I'm not painting realism, bro. We're having a good time. The clouds can be freaking rainbow colored if you want them to be. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's your painting.
Yep.
And I'm sure it's the same when you write a poem. It's not, you're not trying to, you know, impress anybody. You're just writing what you feel in your heart and what comes out on the paper. And
exactly.
Not a lot of people can do that. So I sure can't. I barely, she was asking me, she's like, so what do you feel when you do your paintings? I'm like, fear and dread from all the people watching. I'm like, no, I don't really feel anything. I just do it until I like how it looks. But it was a funny answer. It was a funny answer. It was a funny answer. So I want to know in the comments, how many of you guys have gone over to Sommer's page and followed her right over here on TikTok? Sommer, S-O-M-M-E-R, Chambliss, exactly how it sounds. It's how it's spelled. Go find her on TikTok and follow her. Who's followed her so far? Tell me in the comments. Don't make me pull up her TikTok right in front of you guys and be like, that's it. I have proof of who's doing it. Let me see who's followed her, guys. Come on. Otherwise, the Paint with Josh has no pulling power, right? There's no pulling power to come to Paint with Josh's studio. Why come hang out with Josh? I'm not going to get any new followers. Get over there and follow her. Otherwise, I'm not going to have any friends. People only like me for my following, you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, let's come in with a sweet little bit of ocean. I never know when my giant head is in the screen. So I've got so much glare. So, it's Summer, just come stand right here. You don't have to be on camera. Just come stand where I stand.
Okay.
And look at the canvas and tell me if you can see anything.
Right here?
No, a little bit closer. Closer up to the table. Oh, over here.
Over here to the
Right?
lid.
Yeah. So can you see anything on the right side of the canvas?
No.
Yeah, it's all glare and like wetness, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want you guys to know.
Okay.
Sweet.
Move.
No, if you want to hop on camera. I'm sure people want to see you.
No,
oh,
right
it was
now.
close, guys.
Let you do your thing.
It was close. She was like, oh no, maybe not. I don't know. You should have seen her face. Okay, we're gonna
You
come
can
back.
feel it.
We're gonna come back in here and let's decide. Let's see. We're gonna just start popping side to side where our ocean, where we want it to be, and I just want to do a little bit. I always do too much. Let's just do a little swipe, a little bit out here. Guess what we've left underneath the clouds, Summer? Right, that dark separator. See, there she goes. She's a true fan now, guys. The dark separator, right? We're not going to have too much paint on the brush. We're not going to slide it too far. And that's going to separate our ocean water from our clouds. Because again, we're just using the same colors on the canvas, right? Always the same. And the more we push it, the more faded and foggy it becomes in the distance. Way out there. Way off in the distance. Now, I always like it to be a little bit brighter right in here. Perfect. That's it, right? Just a little, so it's not a perfect straight triangular line. And then, what if we took a bit of brightness and kick our white back in here? And we're going to come up like this, make a couple little mustaches. Go up, and up, and down again. Just like that. Perfect. Right? All we need, a little bit of detail back there. A little bit of darkness. Take this guy, slide it back from the side. And all it does is add a bit of brightness to the front of the wave as it's coming in. Don't need anything back here. Just a little bit off this guy, nothing much off the back side over here, but we'll add a little bit of color anyway. Just like that. Got waves like when we were kids. That's all. That's all. Painting over. No more to be said. I wonder if Summer's going to take into the account numbers of things. Because Paint with Josh is very big on numbers, right? So it could be the number of peaks. It could be the number of clouds. I don't know how she does things, but let's come in here with this guy with a little bit more paint on the brush, and we're going to go like this. Slide it down through there. Slide it down through there. So we have a little bit of difference as we come in, and then our next big wave is going to come crashing right through here. So let's add just a little touch, a couple little flicks, kind of going back to that little shadow, our little dark separator back there, right? Not too many, because we know our big crasher is going to come in here, but as long as we have this little guy, just like this, now we're going to take the same brush, we're going to start to slide it back, just to that last bit of color back there. All right, you can make it as big as you want, you can make it as bright as you want, you can do whatever you want, right? Now, the bigger you make that, the more space there is from the top of the water to this next bit of wave, so it'll look like a giant shadow come crashing in, which ends up looking really cool, if you ask me. One of my students did it at the gallery on Friday, and I loved how big her dark separator was. It was wicked. So I'm going to come in and brighten this guy up, just to add a little bit of brightness. Again, we're just using white and green, so you can't go too crazy on any color. You don't want to have it be too bright. The more we come back here, the more we start going off to the side And the longer they become, right? You get to stretch underneath that thing. Now, from right here, we're going to mark our X marks the spot. What do we call this little spot right here, guys? Summer, do you know what we call this little spot?
No, you said it the other day too, and I don't remember.
And you just weren't paying attention.
No,
it's
it was
okay.
the X, wasn't it?
X marks what spot? Let's see. Pivot point says Sasha right there. If we can pin that comment. Everybody go follow Sasha because she knows the pivot point. Right? That's okay. Summer is like, she's like, 1 for 2. It's okay. We're going to get more. We're going to get better. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So we're going to take that brush. We call it a pivot point because we start to use it like a clock. So every little thing comes back to that same little pivot point right there. And it starts to make your wave look round, right? It's very cool. Now, we don't want to do too many on this guy because he's not our main wave. But just like that, we're going to come back over here and create our last guy by sliding down through there like that. Now, let's see what this little guy looks like if we add a little bit of difference, right? This guy's going to be a little bit different. Maybe this one has a little bit of wave, like it's going to come crashing up to, right? So it's got a little bit of difference on it, a little different than every other seascape that we do. All we're doing is dragging it back at whatever angle we think is best. All right, we're sliding. This is how you decide what your water looks like, right? Got a whole other bit of wave coming and crashing down. Crashing down. Maybe this guy starts coming over here. Right? Leaving its way back, and then we decide what it looks like by the time we get done. If we don't like it, then we go back and we change it. Very light little things, right? Keeping the water in there. Got our little bits. Looking very cool. Very cool. Trying to stay this guy, trying to make him white right here. There we go. A couple little dabs of water. Starting to make it look like he's going to rotate and fall over. Just like that. You can always get rid of stuff in the background. That's the best part about it. You don't have to just live with it. Blend it away until it goes away. Right? If you don't like it, get rid of it. That's what we always say. Very cool. What do you think so far, Summer?
I think it looks good.
I think so too. See if we can leave a little bit of extra brightness on the top of this guy, just leading its way back, just to show a little bit of detail as it starts to build its way forward. Now this little guy, let's take his waves, since again this one's a little bit different from the other ones. Like that. So he's going like this. He's going to come down this way. So we're going to come in here, maybe. Who knows? We'll figure it out by the time we get over there. We'll figure it out. But let's try to keep that dark separator and try to keep it looking cool. Looking cool. Now, up here with our big monster crasher, this is where I like to throw the brush on the ground because we like to do this movement right here. And depending on where you're holding the brush, depends on how big your little metronome thingy is, right? It's called the metronome, right? The little...
pendulum?
Yeah, but the thing that like you stick like for the piano counting. It's called a metronome. Pendulum on the bottom, right?
Ah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
metronome on the top that goes back and forth to like keep time. So what we're gonna do is touch it and then swing it off to the side. Not move our hand, not rotate, not pull down. Just touch and move our fingers. That's all. Just like that. Right? Seems easy enough, right, Summer?
It does.
You go like that. You touch here and you go swing it over to the side. Right?
Ah.
Just very simply and very easily. Now we've got our shape. We can start to shape it down. How tall do you want it to be? Totally up to you. How much curve do you want to have it? Totally up to you again. Now we're going to rotate our brush out from over here to over here. We're going to do the same thing. Throw it out that way. Right? Now our main goal is to keep that little dark pivot point, our little dark spot right here, our dark separator, right? It's attached to the darkness of all these other little bits and humps of all of our waves. So, we talked about it over here, and we're going to talk about it again over here as we talk about our pivot points and stuff. But what's this spot called? Right there. That spot we like to talk about all the time, and we use the same thing. We come back to that same spot, and we start to fan it outward, right? Calling it a what? Anybody? Anybody? Josh Ross, you know it, baby. Blah Panda says pivot point. I think they sent me a message on Facebook today. Blah Panda, did you send me a message on Facebook? Somebody, like, I get messages all the time. They're like, hey, I'm this over on TikTok, or I'm that over on Instagram, or this is my name over here. So I think I remember that hearing that name today for whatever reason. So did you send me a message over on Facebook today? And again, all we're taking, a little bit of white just to make the top a little bit brighter. And now our little pivot point, we're just going to start to fill it in, right? Fill it down, changing the angle of our brush. You know, it kind of starts to rotate down like that. And we start getting this crashing water bit of wave. You guys are going to be fantastic. So, have it come down. Doesn't have to be too crazily big. we're gonna come back in here, we're just gonna deposit a bunch of color, just a bunch of light color, right? And all we're gonna do then is talk about keeping our last little dark separator in the face of the wave, just by very lightly pushing up, making little circles as we start to get very, very close to that last little bit of brightness, right? We don't want them to touch. That's not even close enough. I'm talking about you gotta get up there. Get it in there, baby, up there. Whoop, whoop. Oh, don't touch it, just very small. Right, now we're gonna come in here and make the rest of it just a little bit bigger, but what are we keeping? We're following our dark separator all the way around the edge. It's gotta stay there, don't lose it. You're gonna be bummed if you lose it, trust me, right? Got a cool little eye of our wave like that. Now remember, the more paint that you put up there, the more it's gonna wanna grow, so it all depends on our first P of paint with Josh, the amount of paint that we put on the brush. Second P, the amount of pressure as we're blending it out and pulling it out. And the third P, as Summer knows, practice. There it is, right down there at the bottom. So, just like that. Now, we're going to get a little bit more paint onto the brush. Come over here. This guy, we talked about having our pivot point. So our pivot point was there, there, and then down, right? Same little thing. Same little bits of action. This guy we can work a little bit more sideways, brightening him up. Maybe he starts to change his direction, start to flow down that way. All depends on what we do with the brush, right? Maybe we come over here, we start sliding it down that way, coming around, lining it up, start to bring our wave down, right? Now, bringing it down is a little bit harder than bringing it up. So I'm gonna show you how to bring it up. It's a little bit easier. We're gonna go back. We're gonna get a little bit more white paint onto the brush, just like that. Now we're gonna decide where it comes down and hits. Maybe it come down and hit right there. All this water come down and start crashing. All right, so we're gonna start making these little straight lines back until we meet up with our little spot. Now you can see, I'm not starting in the same place like Summer would be writing, right? If she was gonna write, she'd write out a line, the next line would be right down here, and the next line would be down here, and down here, and down here. We're kind of hitting that tab button, right? We're moving over each time. We're starting at a new little tab, 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 all the way over as we're moving the cursor, right? Man, I'm like a poet, Summer. I'm like a poet over here. I've never talked about making the waves as far as writing terms until you got here. So
that's good.
How versatile is Paint with Josh, right? So we're hitting the tab button and we're starting our cursor a little bit further over until, look at that, all of a sudden we line up with our little bit of waves and our little bit of water. And then we get to decide what angle they start coming out at, right? So we come down here, we come down, we come down. You can always extend it. You can make it a little bit longer than it was. This freaking thing is right in my way. Can't see what the crap I'm doing. There we go. Ah, now you can see my canvas. Okay, so again, starting our cursor a little bit further over each time, making the same length lines. Now we have to go back and rotate. This is when you make or break your wave right here. You could break this wave so hard if you just went and like straight like a ramp, like Evel Knievel's just gonna ride up this sucker and shoot off the top, right? Don't want to do that. Don't do that, guys. You're gonna come back here and you're gonna start to pretend like there's a little circle. Can you see the circle, Summer? If you started here, right, and we just picked our brush up, then we touched it down here, right? You see that circle? Mm-hmm. That's our focal point. That's where people are gonna look. They're gonna try to look down the barrel of the wave. At least that's where I look. You're trying to look down and see what's in that deep shadow back there, right? So we're gonna slide back before you go up. You gotta pretend there's a softball or a tennis ball or an ashtray or a cup, something in the way that you have to go around before you start to curl up, right? Cannot just straight up into the barrel. I'm gonna be so mad if you send me a picture like that. Right, and we're gonna come back in here. Because I've told you a million times, you gotta go back and then you gotta rotate. Rotate, 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 rotate. As we go out here, we get longer and flatter, right? And more color can deposit down. And again, pull it down from the top. As long as you keep these nice little sharp little claws out there, right? Now that we've got the more green color on the brush, it's not gonna be so bright when we come in. What the heck was that noise? Ghosts? We come in here into the center and we touch lighter and lighter and make a smaller and smaller and smaller circle, right? Just like that. So you get those little teeny tiny softest little details, again, keeping it very dark. So you just wanna look right down into the pipe of the wave down in there. I'm gonna leave this area dark too. That looks so cool, like a little shadow. So cool. All depends on how far your little dark separators are. All right, we start sliding it down like this. Take this guy, we're going off the other side, and I'll show you exactly why we do that in just a hot second, guys. So we're almost done. Summer, how far are you along?
You know what? I'm almost done too.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go see. She's trying to rush through so she can just watch.
No.
I see your game. I see your game.
I'm actually writing as
she's like
you're
like Josh's butt. Can't stop Can't stop looking at Josh's butt. Can't stop looking at. All work and no play makes Summer a dull girl. Just over and over and over and over and over again.
You want to hear a little piece?
Come up here. You want to get on screen, or you want to just read it?
No, I was just gonna read it.
Okay, all right. She's gonna give us a little taste, guys.
Just a little snippet.
Should I tell you how many people we have watching that want to hear your poem?
Yeah, sure.
All right, there's 1,500 people watching right now. Hit us with the poem.
I should have said no.
Hit us with the poem.
Okay. Piercing through me, you awaken my soul. A magical storm filled with mysteries untold. And I'm going to leave it there for now.
Ooh, guys. Mysteries untold. I like that. That's very cool. Okay, you know what I was going to do that I forgot? I was going to put some lightning into the sky. Is that going to change your poem if I add a bit of lightning into there?
No, go ahead.
Okay. All right, let's go. So what did you guys think of that poem? Give me the comments. I want to see the reaction. What did you guys think? And remember, you can follow her at Sommer Chambliss, SOMMER, Chambliss, CHAMBLISS.AP over here on TikTok and on Instagram. Go follow her because that was awesome. And she come up with that right as we've been painting the thing. And it's only been 25 minutes that we've been painting. Came up with a poem in 25 minutes. Okay. Let's take our white on the brush, right? Maybe, do you guys want to see me do the lightning right now? Or should we do the sand and ask all the questions and get all the shout outs and do all that stuff? What do you want to see? In the comments, let me know. And I'm going to prepare both things just in case either which one comes up. You want to see the lightning or should we finish the water and then do the lightning at the end? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I love teaching lightning. It's so fun. Let's see, lightning for sure. Lightning now. They're all saying lightning now. So let's see if adding lightning changes Summer's poem, and she's going to read the rest of it at the end of the show, which is not too far away, really. I can't believe. I mean, I've painted this scene many times, but I can't believe it's gone so quickly. So I mean, there's still a lot to do. A lot of details left to be done. So I'm going to take a little bit of our liquid white and our titanium white. And I'm going to come up and I'm going to decide, maybe there's a bit of lightning that started up here. I'm going to put a big old dot. And maybe he shot right through there. And then, who knows, did he turn and come out? What if it tracked along this like this? Watch this. Just adding that little bit of light color right there. And then we're going to blend it out. It's going to be really cool. And he's going to pop out of there. So we're going to need some more paint. All right, a little bit. You don't want to have too much on the brush. And then you got to have a very light touch. Say this guy came out like this. Very light touch. Start to twist and turn and spin your brush and rotate down and how close does it come down and get, right? It's gonna be very cool. Now, this last little bit up here, we gotta connect again. Again, gonna pop out. I don't like them to be so straight, you know what I mean? So let's have it be all crazy nuts, like it's gonna come out of the cloud, into the cloud, through the cloud, and then out the other cloud. Be very cool. Now, just to sort of brighten up the areas, I'm going to dab in just a little of the white paint, right, in between those two spots. And that way when we brighten it up, it's going to look very neat. That guy you got to leave, this guy you got to leave. And then we very lightly have to go over this spot just so that it looks like there's a light. Just like that. You see that? Just the slightest little connecting line that's just so soft in there. Now, with these two bits, that's why we leave our little pile of paint, our little dots. We're going to come in with this big old 1-inch brush. And don't tell me 1 inches ain't big, ladies, okay? But it's pretty big when you're just trying to use this many bristles of it, right? We're just trying to use like 4 bristles on the end. And I'll try to stay out of your guys' way and show you how to do it at the same time. Sometimes it's hard. But you just a little flick, a couple little things. I'm going to try to do it on this guy too. Just a little bit, just disturb what it looks like. And that'll make it look like the clouds have then brightened up right at that spot where the lightning came out and shot down. Same thing in here. It comes into that point. It's very bright. It travels through the cloud, pops out at an even brighter spot down here. Right? All dependent on the amount of pressure that we're pushing, right? how hard, how light, this, that, and the other. I think that looks really cool. Just cutting its way through the sky. Cutting its way down. I wonder if that's going to change Summer's poem. She's like scraping off everything, rewriting. Oh, we had an idea, guys. We were planning on asking you guys. Did we already ask whether or not to write it or write it on the back? Did I ask that already?
No, you didn't ask.
We wanted to know if this painting gets purchased, right? It's available for $287, $280 something, right? And I'm going to split some of the costs with Summer if it does get purchased because her poem is helping it sell. And we had a question whether or not to attach the poem to the back of the painting or frame it, right? Have the poem framed so you could hang the poem next to the painting, or write the poem on the back of the canvas, in which case you would never see it. I'm just thinking about that right now. You know what I mean? You would have to take the painting off of the wall in order to be able to read the poem on the back. But what do you guys think? Tell us in the comments, what do you think is best? How would you display it? If you were to buy the painting that comes with the poem in a little frame, or would you want it written on the back? Tell us in the comments. What do you think? And in the meantime, we're going to get a lot of white paint on the brush. And if you guys like that I have guests in the studio and like doing stuff different like this, let me know, man. I'll have more people come down. I would love to have people in here, and my goal with my big platform is to help smaller pages get bigger, get more of an audience, get more customers, right? She's got a published book on Amazon, guys. Go get her book on Amazon. What's it called again?
Beautifully Dead. Beautifully
Dead. I'm so dead. I'm so beautifully dead right now. It's fantastic. So go search Amazon for Beautifully Dead. Buy her painting. How much? Her book. How much is your book?
It's $20 on Amazon.
$20 on Amazon. You can't beat that for a book. Go use your freaking eyes and your brains for a second. Put the phones down and go read something cool. You never know. You may just fall in love with her art as much as you've fallen in love with my art. I only help out cool people, you guys. So I'm pretty sure Summer's okay. I'm pretty sure. I mean, she didn't know dark separator, and she didn't know some other stuff, but it's okay. It's okay. It's her first time in the studio. She's nervous. It's okay. It's okay. It's finally not so hot, or maybe I'm not so nervous. I can put my hat back on, maybe not sweat to death up here. So, guys, you missed it. Yesterday we gave away two Paint with Josh hats. And what's that over there on your bag, Summer? Did you happen to get a Paint with Josh hat?
I did. I got the blue one.
The fans are going to be so upset that you got a Paint with Josh hat. Oh, just a free Paint with Josh hat for coming on the show. Yeah. Man, I hear that Paint with Josh. He's a good dude.
He's pretty cool.
I hear he's a good dude.
His dark separators and pivot points.
She knew the pivot points, I think. I think she's been watching for a couple days. There we go. And we're going to come back in here. We're just going to start to slide this out with our 1-inch brush. And all we're doing is taking away all the little brush details, right? All the streaks. Not all of them, right? You still see some of them there. You want to have some of them, but you don't want to have every single bit. At least I don't. And the more that you pull on it, the softer it becomes. So remember, go get Sommer Chambliss. Is it Chambliss or Chambliss?
Chambliss.
Chambliss.
It's French.
Excuse me. Go get Sommer Chambliss's book on Amazon for $20. And I swear, I'll be happier if you go buy her book than if you were to buy my hat for $20. By the way, I had to raise my hat price to $22.99 because 2 people bought my hats, and I had to pay for them to get it. So $19.99 is too small of amount of price for the hat. I had to raise it up to I think it was $22.99. So get your hats now before the price goes up again, and go over and get Summer's book. It's freaking awesome. I have my own copy, right? She gives me a book, and I gave her a hat. That's how things roll around here. If you want a painting, you can have a painting. Oh, I want a painting. Wait, I want a painting. All right, let's see. Now, we've set it up for all the questions, guys. Here comes the most fun part of the show, the most interactive part with all the audience, okay? We've put our paint down into our sand. Obviously, we're not going to leave it like that. I'm going to tell you 3 things that we have to do. We have to, number 1, pull it down. We have to, number 2, slide it one way or the other. And number 3, slide it one way or the other. So you guys are going to tell me, do we pull down with a little amount of pressure, or do we pull down with a lot of pressure? Little or a lot? That's the only 2 words I want to see in the comments right now. Little, lot. Little, lot. Little, lot. You guys tell me what you want to see. What you want? Man, I am freaking all over the place. Lots. Let's see. Jess G says a lot. Amber says a lot. Lucy says a little. Michael Jackson says a lot. That's cool. He's watching. I didn't know. Scandalized says a lot. That guy says a lot. Danica says a lot. Lexi says a little. Michaela says mucho. Snow says a lot, question mark. Let's see. Brendan Jacob says a lot. Nolan says a lot. Vinny Balone, that's how I'm assuming, or Balan, says little. So I'm going to show you guys both ways since we have both sets of comments. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of pressure, and then I'm going to ask you a question. Do not feel judged. Just answer yes or no to this question right here. Would you leave your sand looking just like this and move on to the next step after doing a little bit of pressure down and sideways? Would you leave it like that and walk away? Just answer that, yes or no. Summer, would you leave it like that and walk away?
No.
It kind of looks kind of crap right now, right?
It looks cool, but it looks like you're not done.
Yeah, it looks like we're not done yet, right?
Yeah.
So Pat Wood says no. Synthetic says no. James says no. Simone says no. Bad Bush says nope. Barry says no. Didn't hate it says no, no, no. Somebody says yes. I think it says imagine. That's fine. Perfect. Pretty Boy says yes. You'd leave it like that. Amazing. Ramirez says nope. The Masked Guy says nope. And Megan says nah. Right, so let's try it the other way. We'll go heavy pressure. Right, a lot of pressure. Let me bend the bristles. You can hear the easel creak. How hard we're pushing on this thing. Right? This is that ASMR. Now, be honest with me. Summer, you go first. Be honest. Does this look like sand? Totally be honest. I'm not even going to. And you guys in the comments, does it look like sand? And if no, what does it look like to you? Answer that.
It looks like...
So you mean no, it doesn't look like sand?
No, it does not look like sand. It looks like light falling.
Like Aurora Borealis almost, right?
Yeah,
That's what I always liken it to, is Aurora Borealis. So, looks like glass, someone says. Looks like a waterfall. Let's see. Sierra says it looks like a cliff. Willow says waterfall. Looks like a drop-off, says blue. Alexis says looks like a cliff. Says it looks like a waterfall. Abel says it looks like waves. Brendan says nope. So, here's question 2, right? Question number 1, part 2 of 3. Here comes part 2. It's like we're in school again. So, I told you we need to pull it down. We've already decided. A lot of pressure for next time. Now you guys will know the answer. Right now, do we push it towards the wave or do we pull it away from the wave first? And then do the opposite. You have to do both. There is no just doing it one way. So, decide which way. Do you push towards the wave and then pull away? Or do you pull away from the wave and then push towards? So I want to see away and towards, right? Away or towards, away or towards. Which is the correct answer? And then Summer, if you're not busy, then, 71% of people say frame the poem.
Oh,
hey!
okay.
What was that noise, guys? Was it the painting or not? Let's see. Oh, it looks like a hat, I bet. Is it a hat? It is a hat! From, excellent. Thank you for the hat purchase. You guys are awesome. So we got away, we got towards. So I'm going to show you guys both ways, right? Let's just use our brains real quick. If we don't want the color to touch and we want to keep our dark separator, which is intentionally lined up with this guy right here, right? We want to keep them together or keep them separate. Don't you think that pushing towards the wave first is going to mush all those colors together instantly, right? They're instantly going to touch. It's going to be no more. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have to pull all these little vertical stripes away from the wave first and turn them into little horizontal stripes. Right? Now, Summer, does that look more like sand?
Yes, it does.
Right. Much more like wet sand now, right?
Yeah. So
we've pulled it away. Here comes the last part. We've got to sweep it in there like Snow White cleaning up after the 7 dwarfs. And look at this thing. It's like a sequin pillow. You can slide this green. You can get it all the way up underneath that dark separator. You can change it. You can have little differences. You can go all over the place. Look at the little cool little freaking thing. And it's all depends on how we pull it and how we slide it. Now, there's about 3 steps left to the painting before it gets finished, guys. So, if you want to buy this painting, it's number 915. It's going to come with the framed poem that Summer's writing about the poem right now. It's just a live poem she's creating about the picture and the painting. And it comes with the painting if it sells during the live show. It's $287, comes with free worldwide shipping and the framed poem on the house. Plus, Summer gets some of the proceeds. So, if you're trying to help out more than one artist tonight, not just me, but help pay Summer's bills, then come over here, buy this painting, and very lightly with that white. See how we come? We're just going to do it a little bit softer than we did the first time, allowing it to remain a brighter white, and then we get a little bit darker color sand. And then when this thing crashes right on top of all that white, then you're going to realize why we did that. Okay, let's come back. We need a palette knife for about 2 seconds while we mix up Paint with Josh's 3 favorite colors to make a shadow. Type them into the comments. Do you know the 3 favorite colors that we like to use Excuse me, ladies. I'm so sorry, Summer. That popped out. I did not mean for that to come out. I'm so terribly sorry. I'm so embarrassed. All right, I did it on purpose. Everybody knows I did it on purpose. But I still apologize. So, what are the 3 favorite colors that Paint with Josh likes to use in order to make up a shadowy mixture, guys? Crimson, black, and blue. Wanda G. Look at that. Cosmic Lighthouse, you're awesome. Pretty Boy says crimson, black, and blue. First time watching you, Blue. Thank you. I appreciate that for sticking with us for that long. Mickey Alla, let's get you. All right, we shout out a couple and we'll pin Mickey's. So, crimson, black, and blue. Everybody go follow Mickey in the comments. And we're going to have an awesome time. Remember, Summer is going to read her poem that she's creating live as we're creating the painting live. Now, we've mixed up our dark colors just like this. We're going to come back to our little fan brush. I mean, not little, but it's probably one of the biggest fan brushes that we have, actually. These GAC Doctor fan brushes. These are fantastic. You can find these in my Amazon affiliate store, amazon.com/shop/paintwithjosh. And we're going to come back in here with the darkness. The darkness, right? The detail is in the dark. So, we're going to come back. You see how we've got our little dark separator. Even all the way from here. We connect it all from this dark pile. It runs through here, runs up around, runs down around, and then poof, back into the darkness again, right? Our whole little circle. It's like an IndyCar track right around your painting. These ones are, this is the pit lane over here, and that's the maintenance lane way back there. And then fans are way out in the stands. Okay, so we're going to take all that darkness, and this is where you can reinsert your dark separator if you've lost it. We're just going to this is what I like to do. I like to look back and go, okay, how many people are watching? Oh my God, 1,300 people, right? If you had 1,300 people trying to watch you paint a painting, Summer, would you be like this?
Yeah.
You're shaking like a leaf? That's exactly what you want to do right here, right? You start to tap, and you start to tap. And then the more you get underneath the wave, the harder you're smushing in there. See how they're getting bigger? It starts from very, very, very teeny, tiny little, small little thing. And it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger because we're pushing harder with our brush. We're smacking up into the wave, just like you go and you cup your honey's bum. Just like that, right? We're not trying to push it down into the eye. We're not trying to cover over our eye. We're trying to cup up into that water, trying to catch it like if we had a bucket or a bowl. Catch all that water from falling, right? So you got to push up into it. And then don't be worried about how far it comes down. You get to decide how far you get to come down and smash. So if you pushed it down there too far with your little, perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to come down and just mush all this darkness onto the canvas. You get this crazy amount of spray, right? All this thick, dark, textury paint. As we come down, we start to cover over everything. That's going to be so fantastic. Now, we're going to switch brushes. We're going to come back. Remember, start to come up with a name for this painting. In case it gets purchased, somebody might want your name from the comments. They might choose the name that you selected. So, coming here with our liquid white makes our paint very, very, very runny, very wet compared to its very dry, thick, normal state, right? And that wetness is going to come off the brush very simply. So we're going to start to tremble again. And then as soon as you start to touch, you've got to start moving. Otherwise, you're going to blast on too much paint into one spot. So you start to touch, and a little bit more, boom, right till you get over the top of the wave. That's your highest bit of crashing spray. That's where we've touched the hardest so far, just to push a little bit of paint. And what it does is it's basically the shape of the bristles up here that have the paint along the side. So as we're pushing up into it, you're getting this cool little difference, right? And it starts to look like the top of crashing water as you go down. So now that we've crested over the top of the wave, we're going to come back and we're going to ride the shadows all the way down like a water slide, retaining half the darkness underneath, right? So wherever there's a bit of the shadow, and it extended down here to about this wide. So about half of the dark, right, is what you're trying to save at the bottom, till we get down here and we smash upon the ground. And then, boom, it doesn't even matter. You just go crazy. Take out your frustration from the day. How dare you make me do that last report at the end of the day? Damn it. Just get rid of all your frustrations, right? Now, we're going to come back in. We do this twice. That's round one, right? We're going to come in for the second part of round one right here. Now, we're going to very, very lightly. Do you guys think that with the liquid white in here that it's going to be a thicker, harder paint to blend? Or because it's more liquidy, do you think it's going to be easier to blend and it's going to move a lot more, right? What do you think? It's going to be harder or easier for this paint to move when we hit the brush? Type it into the comments. And I got to clean off at least one brush and get ready. Let's see. So type it in the comments. Think it's going to be harder or easier if the paint is much wetter and slipperier and nastier? Is it going to move across our canvas easier, or is it going to be more sticky and hard? All right, we got a lot of people saying easier. You guys are correct.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, you like that, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Did you just look up and all of a sudden it's different?
I was writing, I'm sorry.
And then all of a sudden it's different? I get comments like that where people leave, like they put their phone down to go to the bathroom or they go somewhere. They go run and get a drink and then they come back. They're like, I was gone for like 5 minutes and now it's totally different from what I look like. We get that all the time. So, with the liquid white, you guys are correct. It's going to want to move much further, much easier than normal, right? So, you touch it very lightly. You start to judge. You start to base it off of how far is it growing? Well, pull your brush back a little bit. If it's not growing far enough, push your brush in a little bit harder. Get it to move further, right? Now, round 2 coming up. We're going to come back here. We're going to get the same amount of liquid white. We're going to come back into here, into the same little pile. We're going to get it back all over the brush. We're going to do it again. And come back here. This time we're going to do less. We're going to put a couple little bits, but they're not going to be so many, right? Bam. A couple little pieces. Nothing too crazy. Maybe a couple little bits in there, right? Just however you want yours to look. Now, are we going to come back with more pressure as we blend or less pressure? I want these to remain a brighter white than the original color. If we mix it with the same pressure, it's going to make the same color behind it, right? So do we need to go heavier pressure or lighter pressure? You guys tell me in the comments. Xander says less. Josh June says less. They're coming in too fast. Jennifer says less. Julie says less. Jackie West says less. Wanda G says light. Bane says hard pressure. Emerald Envy. That's a great title for this painting. Emerald Envy. Ooh. But as we all know, the buyer gets to name the painting around Paint with Josh. So if you want to buy this painting and you've got the best name, or if you want to name it, then you're going to have to buy it. So go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com, search for number 915? Yeah, 915. And that'll be this painting. Comes with a free framed, well, I mean, it's not free, it's included in the price, but a framed poem that Sommer is literally creating right now as we speak. So, creating it about the painting, which I think is really cool. Now we're going to come in here with less pressure. Everybody that said less pressure, you're 100% right. We want it to be less. We want these ones to be a bit brighter than those other gray ones. And we don't want to touch all of them, right? All of a sudden, we've just added another layer of churning, exploding water back in there. Now, the most fun part of the entire painting process is right here. I bet you we could make, dude, should we make Sommer do the splash? Sommer, you should do the splash bit.
I'm gonna mess the whole thing.
No, that's the best thing part of it. You can't mess it up. You literally can't. All you gotta do is go like this. And just like splash paint off of the thing and throw it right here in the water section, right? You want to do it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, she's gonna do it. Okay, let me get this little bit prepped first because we gotta have everything ready to go.
Yeah, get it ready.
A couple little taps as we go down that way, right? Little bits, everything else looks good. And now Sommer's gonna come on and she's gonna fling paint at the canvas, guys.
Oh geez.
I'm gonna show you how. So I'll do the sky and you can do the water, okay?
Okay.
So we're just going to take this little brush like this. We're going to put the paint out here. It's already going to be done for you, right? And then from that little pile, think about as we drag the brush through the palette, right? It's going to bend the bristles back, and then it's going to fling them forward, each one separately as they're going through. Okay. Right? So what you're going to do is, and you can start very light and then add more. You're going to hold the palette up there like this, just in your hand. Okay. Hold it like that or whatever. Doesn't matter. And then you're just going to flick it off,
Oh,
right?
just flick it.
Yeah, so you just like that. See how they come off like that?
Ah, okay.
And so you get to go crazy ham right here where all the water is happening.
Okay.
And I'm trying to make them kind of light out in the sky. So, just like that. It's already on the brush. It's ready to go. She's coming on screen, guys. I don't know. Maybe she might stay off screen. I might have to move the camera. Hey, I could play director now that I'm back here.
I'm scared, Josh.
Don't be scared. Okay, watch.
Where am I going?
You got it. Right there. Just in. See all the spray right here?
Yeah.
Everywhere around there is where you want to go.
Okay.
She's got this, guys.
Practice?
She's got it. No practicing. Go ham. Oh, look.
Oh, I'm doing it, y'all.
You're doing it. See how easy this is, guys?
Just right there?
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Boom. Look at that water.
Boop. I did it.
If she can do it, you guys can do it, guys. I'm telling you.
That was
super
so
easy.
fun.
Super easy to do. So, now normally if you're paint with Josh, you go a little bit more crazy than you did.
I had
which
to
is
be
fine.
careful. It's my first
No,
time.
I totally get it, right?
You
Now
had to break me in.
watch me do it now. You ready? We're going to come in here. We're going to take the paint. We're just going to start going crazy. And the more little splashies that you do, the more it's going to look like it hit and just blew up into a million pieces, right?
Yeah.
Every so often you get a couple that come off the back. they start to almost interact into the stars, like maybe the stars were created by the splash of the water, something like that, on this planet anyway. Who knows? But just like that, guys, it's very cool, and it's done. And I showed you, if she can do it, you guys can do it. Come take a class with old Paint with Josh. And I'll tell you, we've got classes coming up in Knoxville, Tennessee, baby, in October 19th through the 23rd. Old Ugly Paint with Josh is going to be descending upon Tennessee. I hope you ladies are ready. It's going to be fantastic. So let's get our little family in there. Little family of birdies. Now, do you know the significance of the family of birds, Summer?
I do not.
So the family of birds that fly through each of my paintings represent myself, my ex-wife London, and our gorgeous daughter Bailey. And I've been signing them into the paintings ever since we started painting, and I'll probably sign them into the paintings until I die.
That's cool.
They're the cutest little birds, and you know, you could say whatever. You could say they represent paint, pressure, and practice, or Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, or whatever Trinity that you want. You know what I mean? Totally up to you. You could imagine them being whatever. And that's the best part, especially when you're doing your own painting and you're including your family out in the sky, and they're like forever. They're going to be out there, you know, represented by those birds.
I was just going to say represented.
Yeah, it's very cool. So let's come up with a name for this painting, guys. Maybe it'll sell. I don't know. It is 40% off its normal price. I mean, you'd figure it would go. So anywhere in the world, and it comes with a free, well, price included anyway, free poem. There we go. Sorry. Getting in so far. Look at all that spray, you guys. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Now, start coming up with a name for this painting, because if it does get purchased, then the buyer might just choose the name from whatever you had selected in the comments, right? Which is always very cool. A lot of times, Cosmic Lighthouse will buy a painting and shout out, you know, whoever inspired her to pick a name. Or Melanie's really good about giving out shout outs when she buys paintings. Anna's good about giving out shout outs when she buys paintings. Everybody is pretty much good about giving out shout outs. There we go. So, bam, number 915, guys. 915. Go search the store for 915. What's the date today? 26th?
The 26th.
26th it was painted on. And we're all going to go check out paintwithjosh.com. Do you have a website, Summer?
No, I do not.
Boo! It's okay, we're going to put your thing on here. And we're going to go check out Sommer Chambliss.ap over there on Insta. So, go check her out. And over here on TikTok. I hope you guys have gotten followed. How many new followers have you gotten? Have you
Yeah,
seen?
I checked and I got 10.
10 new followers! Oh my god, the Paint with Josh pulling power is just amazing. A whole 10 of you went over and followed Summer. That's embarrassing, you guys. You are embarrassing me, fans. If you're my fans, please go follow Summer. Like, hey, Summer, come over and we'll get your painting on. We'll get your poetry on the show. Thousands of people watch. It'll be fine. We'll get you some new followers. How many followers did you get, Summer? 10. 10? I could make 10 profiles and follow her from 10 profiles. Guys, come on. You're supposed to be my friends. Go follow Sommer Chambliss. It's just CHAMBLISS.AP. SommerChambliss.ap over here on TikTok and on Instagram. Don't make me look bad, guys. Please. Please don't make me look bad. Uh-oh, we got people in the old Etsy store. I wonder this painting might sell, guys. Remember, you're going to be helping out 2 artists if you purchase this painting. Not just me, but Summer as well. And you can go over and buy her book. And you go to Amazon.com and then you search for Beautifully Dead. Did I get it right?
Yep.
Yes!
You did.
I didn't have to ask that time. 3rd time's a charm.
Yeah.
Beautifully Dead, guys. Go over and go find her book on Amazon. A lot of great poems in there. Are there like, is there any like lullaby type things that people could read to their kids? Or are they all super serious? Or you get any like funny ones? You got any like sad ones?
No, so some are sad, some are powerful.
Ooh. Strong woman type thing?
Strong woman, dealing with depression, going through a breakup from an abusive relationship.
Guys, I know tons of people out there that are going through depression. Maybe you just broke up. You need something to read, right? While you're sitting on the toilet. That's where I do my reading. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but just sit there. Go check out Sommer's book on Amazon, please.
Finding yourself.
Right? I need one about that. I need directions on how to find myself.
Man.
You know, men don't like to ask for directions. We never ask for directions.
They really don't.
So, it's perfectly fine. Maybe we'll just silently, all the men will silently go get your book, and then we just won't talk about it. It's fine. As long as they buy it, it's fine.
Right.
So, remember guys, she's a published author. Please, do me right. If you're my follower and you love me, please go follow her, buy her book, and otherwise I'm going to look like a total a-hole. Come join Sommer, come hang out with me. Leave your family at home. Yeah, no worries. Come over here for no good reason, because my followers don't follow anybody else. Come on, guys, help me out. Go follow Sommer, please. Please, please. Now, I believe that Paint with Josh might just be done speaking, and it might be time for Sommer to come up here.
I'm ready. I was just rewriting it to make it nice.
I was just rewriting it. Like it's so easy. I was just rewriting this live poem.
Like it was nothing.
Oh yeah, that's easy. That's no problem. That's simple. Simple little painting out there. Most people are like, you, Dick, that's not simple at all. That is not simple. So, I mean, after almost 5 years, right? It does get simpler after that amount of time. But it's still, I could still crap the bed at any moment. You know what I mean? I could do a bad angle of a wave, or I could make something too bright, or have too much paint, or a big splotch where there shouldn't be, and there could be many things that could make my painting, in my eyes, be ruined. But someone else might look at it, and that might be their favorite part, you know what I mean?
Right.
That mistake. So you never know what people are going to like in your art. You never know what, you know, someone's going to want to buy. So you just keep doing your thing and putting it out, and if people like it, they like it.
Yeah, I love your paintings.
Thank you.
I do.
I appreciate that. Oh my God, you guys, I forgot to tell you guys this whole time. I got recognized in Michael's today. It finally happened. It finally happened. I hope he's watching too. I really hope he's watching. Oh man. I go to Michael's all the time, right? I wear my big splatter shirt, try to stand out like crazy because, oh my God, it's Paint with Josh. He's got 1.4 million followers, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. So I try to stand out. I want people to come up to me and go, oh my God, you're Paint with Josh. Can I get a photo? Like, I want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, Paint with Josh. I get everybody to look at me in the store. That's me. Sorry. Everybody, it's Paint with Josh over here. No, nobody. No, okay, fine. So I finally go to Michael's today, and I finally get recognized. Who cares if the guy worked there? Okay, fine. Whatever. He works there. But he still said, he goes, like I'm walking towards the back frames. He goes, hey, what's going on, Josh? I'm like,
whoa.
I'm sorry. You remember my name? He's like, yeah, I follow you on TikTok. I watch you all the time on TikTok. I was like, no, that's awesome. Thank you. Finally, recognition. My goodness. Even though he worked there and he sees me all the time. He knew my freaking name, though. Does he know your name? He doesn't know your guys' name.
No, he doesn't at all.
So it was a very cool feeling for me. I finally got recognized in Michael.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
Sommer, come on up here. Read your poem to everyone. Remember, Sommer wrote this poem about this painting as we were painting it right now, just within the last hour. She's written this poem, and she's going to share it with you all and come on screen right now.
I'm scared.
Nah, it's fine. There's only like 1 million people watching. It's fine. Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to show you on screen, too. Yes. She's like trying to get away.
No.
She's trying to get away from it. Come on, everybody's got to see the painting and your pretty face. There you go.
Are we good?
We're good.
Okay. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
Okay. Piercing through me, you awaken my soul. A magical storm filled with mysteries untold. Strengthening my aura, colors of green and blue so bold. Clouds so strong engulfing my soul. Caressing my body with your strong, gentle hold. Falling into ocean's waves, Mother Nature is my home. Riding the currents, no journey is easy for the throne you hold. The surge of the sea brings life into me. Gifts from the sky strike energy to the sea. That's when you added the...
Yeah, that's awesome.
Giving guidance to me. Eyes open, I can see. I'm ready to live. I'm ready to receive all of what Mother Nature has for me. I lay into her, allowing her to cover me, inhaling her scent circulating through me, exhaling the love she's given to me, present in time, resonating a fairy tale told only to me.
That's wicked. I got chills. I got goosebumps over here, you guys. I got freaking goosebumps. How awesome was that? I hope somebody goes and buys. I might have to buy my own painting just to hear. Hang on, I'm gonna spin us around real quick just so I can get on the front, because everybody's gonna see us. Hey, look at that crazy haired dude in the back. Not you, but the guy in the back.
Oh, him.
Right. So that was really cool, you guys. I think that was awesome. I've never had anything like that before, and it turned out. It literally gave me goosebumps. It was freaking cool to see how she came up with that just live in front of everybody, and then had the guts to read it out loud on camera, which most people don't have. So I commend you. Good job on that.
Thank you.
So I hope somebody buys this painting. If you don't want to buy this painting, please go buy her book. It's over on Amazon, and it's called Beautifully Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
You got
I was like The Beautiful Dead. It's The Beautiful. No, it's Beautifully Dead over on Amazon. And is she your wife? Woo! I wish. No, she's a friend of mine. She works over at the gallery with me. She's an artist that I met through the gallery, and she's a published author, and she paints her own paintings and writes poems about her paintings. So she's like doubly as talented as I am. Doubly. So everyone's like, that's beautiful. Summer stole the show. Oh, you guys. I agree. It's way better. So such a beautiful thing to hear in the morning at 5 a.m. in the UK. You just made somebody's day.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I like it. Look at all these comments, too. Hang on, let's read some of these guys. Awesome job, Summer.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful poem. Beautiful. Then we got titles for the paintings. Sommer Chambliss. Beautifully done. So good. So awesome. My manager's doing the clappy thing. He likes it. Let's see. Guys, we should name something to do with the painting to do with summer. Why has no one thought of that? So awesome poem. So awesome. Love it. Wow. Amazing poetry. Blown away that it all came up with just watching this painting. Me too.
I know.
Me too, guys. Seriously. Tanisha Railsback's here. She's the one that's hosting my classes in October 19th through the 23rd. So everybody get over to her website, happytreesstudio.com. Maybe she's got my listings up there. I know she doesn't yet, but maybe. So we're going to be doing the classes. We've got 18 seconds left, Summer. What do you want to say?
Thank you.
On the spot.
Thank you for having me. This
No worries. Come up here.
So much fun.
Come up here and be on the show. I'll be on this side. You be on the other side. Oh, goodness. There we go. See?
Oh, wait.
Don't
fall.
I almost fell. There we go. Okay, we're going to have to get in close. It's like me and my grandpa. Me and my grandpa's bellies were like touching. Like we're both trying to be on screen. So, this is Summer, everybody. She's fantastic. See?
Hi, guys.
What's the URL? You can go find her book on Amazon. It's
Emerald Summer.
That's a good title
That's
right there.
That's a good one.
So her book is on Amazon.com, probably /Beautifully Dead, right?
Beautifully Dead.
Yeah, so if you search Beautifully Dead on Amazon, you'll be able to find her book. There's my manager right there, Still Trill Media. Remember DC, big tall dude?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, DC's he's always keeping an eye on me in case I do bad things and run my mouth about people I don't like and stuff. I get haters in the comments all the time, and then I start to talk about them, and he's like, don't do that. Like, you're just giving them, more. And I'm like, you're right. He's got all the right answers. So, hey, seriously. But, yeah, you guys have been great. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. I had a whole lot of fun. I know Summer had some fun. So if you go over and buy her book, remember, Beautifully Dead, over on Amazon.com. And it's fantastic. I've never had a book published on Amazon. Freaking rock star over here. So, we love you guys. We're going to get out of here and go hang out. I'll probably be editing more videos. What are you going to do?
I'm going to probably just chill and go home.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, we love you. 50 Shades of Summer.
Ooh.
Guys.
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
Okay, get out of here. I love you guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Until we see you again, until we see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day. Say goodbye, Summer.
Bye.
Bye.